All right, folks. So this video is about how to navigate our class, Communication Studies 1A in Canvas. So let's kind of go over that a little bit and we'll sort of look at the course here. So here you see our actual course as it appears in Canvas for you. And once you get into Canvas and click Communication Studies 1A, this is pretty much what you'll see for the most part. And so as you can see, it's organized by week. So week 1 and week 1. It only goes to week 1 right now because it's the very, very beginning of the semester, but eventually there will be more weeks down here, and you can use this bar to scroll down and see more as it appears. So at the top here, we just have like basic things like the syllabus, information about the textbook, some of the chapters of the textbook, some information about extra credit. And then we actually get into the course week 1 as we scroll down. Week 1 unit A and week 1 unit B. Each week will have like, 1 or 2, maybe 3 units that you can take a look at. And so down the center, you'll see all that stuff. And I like to work down the center initially, and then kind of we'll talk about what goes on in the margins after we've sort of established that a little bit. So here it is. One of the things that comes up first at the top, and for good reason, is the Canvas support hotline. So if you click that, you can see some information about, getting some help in the class, where to call to get help. Don't be shy about calling them if you need some assistance. It's totally normal. They can help you with little things, even though I'm pretty sure you're pretty effective with computers. There's sometimes it comes up that there's something that you'd like to clarify, and they can help you out with that. Sometimes you know everything, but you just can't find that one button that's key. So that's what that's about. To go back to see the home screen, you click up here. It says Communication Studies 1A, Elements of Public Speaking. So that's there. Below that is a video. This is a video from me, sort of talking to you a little bit about being nervous about public speaking, anxiety, shyness, all those different details. And it's normal to be nervous about giving a public speech. So this video kind of explains that. And I share my philosophy about students being nervous and how it's a totally normal thing and not to feel bad if you're nervous. If you scroll down here, you click there, it'll tell you where to find the syllabus. This gives you information about the textbook. All right, chapter 1. So what we've done here is we've put some of the chapters of the textbook in PDF or JPEG format. Now, of course, we would love to put the whole book in there, but that wouldn't be legal. However, there is a legal clause that allows us to put some of the chapters for free in the class. And so you can view those if you're still waiting for your textbook to come in the mail, or you just haven't gotten a chance to, buy it yet or rent it, then you can take a look there, and that'll help you through like kind of the beginning of the semester. Eventually you will have to buy the book, of course, but this kind of gets you started. Again, if you need more information about ordering the textbook, you can see the syllabus. This link here directs you towards the syllabus, and then contact the City College of San Francisco bookstore, and you can order the book. Yeah, that's my recommendation there. So anyway, those chapters are there for you, but again, you will eventually need an opportunity to buy or rent the textbook at some point. I provide that for you just to kind of get you started. And like I said, I would gladly put the whole textbook in there for you for free to reduce your costs of college and university life. However, that would be illegal. Details on meeting dates and times. This doesn't tell you much because we don't actually meet face to face. This is a asynchronous course, so you don't have to click that, but you're going to be submitting your speeches online, and it's asynchronous meetings. We're not having any like set meeting times on Zoom or in a face-to-face in-person setting. Every semester, the library offers up their skills workshops, and they'll help you to do research online, typically. This is great for like speech outlines, term papers, all sorts of things. And these are not required. However, if you do them, you get extra credit. And then you can submit your, what they call badges, which is kind of receipts here. Here I mentioned that you get extra credit for changing your generic avatar to a unique photo of yourself or something else to make your profile distinct. You have all the way till June 21st to do that. It's pretty easy to do by clicking your account, and then you can just kind of change your picture to something else. If you already did this, don't worry about it. But if you just have that sort of generic gray avatar, you can change it to a picture of yourself or basically any photo to help yourself stand out. This is just basically the helpline again, with a little bit more information. And this is the extra credit deadline for summer 2021 for those library skills workshops. That we keep everything open till the very end of the semester for this type of course, but the library has their own deadline because there's a point where they shut off the spigot for their extra credit workshops, and we can't do anything about that date. So if you click that, you'll see what the date is. Okay, good. So that's just all the top of the semester stuff. Now we get into the actual weeks. And you can kind of see some assignments that are here. And you actually always can see the due date here. June 21st is the kind of the due date for a lot of this stuff, which is coming up. And generally speaking, I try to make everything due on Mondays at 5 p.m. There are exceptions, but generally speaking, I think like the vast majority of your assignments will be due Monday at that time. So every week at the top of the week, you'll be able to click tasks for the week. And when you click that, it should provide you with this list of things to do for that week. There's some videos here. You'll notice some video links here. This is for how to upload videos to various platforms such as YouTube's. So you're making videos in this class, and this will help you with that aspect of it. So you're going to be doing your first discussion posting. You're going to upload a video of yourself. You're going to purchase the textbook and read the syllabus. And then we have our first forum posting too. So those are the things that we have to do this week. Again, to get back to the home page, just click this and it'll navigate you down to that. And this here, if you click it, will allow you to do your first text-based discussion form. So you just basically click that, and then you can type in the answer, a little bit of an introduction to yourself. Okay, so that's how that's done. Just click it, then hit reply. And then again, we give you the PDFs of the chapters, just in case for some reason you didn't see them earlier. There's a lot of links here about how to upload videos for different platforms. We use Flipgrid, we use YouTube, and then just released recently was something called Canvas Studio. So different ways to do it. What I wouldn't do, or I wouldn't recommend, is attaching your video to the discussion forum. And the reason for that is because it tends not to work. It takes too long. And also the big problem is it's hard for your classmates to watch your videos if you do that. So I'd avoid doing that if possible. Okay, then it works its way to Unit B. Here, you have some more tasks. So you go ahead and click that. And for Unit B, it says take the quiz on the syllabus, purchase a textbook if you didn't already, email your professor if you have any questions, change the picture on your profile if it is generic, and read over the assignment sheet for speech 2. There's actually a sample speech 2 there. And then again, PDFs of the chapter. So those are kind of different places all the way through. Okay, let's take a look then at that quiz. The first quiz is on the syllabus, and for all the quizzes except quiz 1, you have the opportunity to take them once, but for quiz 1 is the exception where you can take it multiple times until you get 100%. And here you can click quiz 1 and you can take the quiz. And you can answer these questions. All right, and then when you're ready, scroll down, submit your quiz. It's gonna make sure that you're serious, and then it gives you your score. Of course, I only answered one, so of course it's 1 out of 10, but notice again here, take the quiz again, because you can take this particular quiz multiple times again. You can't take all the quizzes that way, but that one you can take that way. Here also, we have, going back up to Unit A, you have an assignment sheet for speech 1. So you go ahead and click that. It says here a lot of stuff about how to record videos, but here are the questions. What is your name? Where were you born? Where did you grow up? How long have you been at CCSF? What is your major? That's welcome to be undecided. What is your career goal? Again, can be undecided. What is your astrological sign? What is your favorite food? Who is your favorite musical artist? What is another fun fact about yourself? And you're going to just answer those questions in video format. Now, when you're ready to submit your video, and once again, you can record it on YouTube, Flipgrid, you get to decide on the format, whatever works best for you. But when you're ready, you can click this speech 1 submission link, click that, and then you can submit your video. Basically, most people just cut and paste a YouTube link. Make sure you make your YouTube link public so everybody can see it. Otherwise, we can't view your video. Okay, going back to Unit B, there's a assignment sheet for speech 2. You can read that over. Basically, it's just having you tell you a story about a true thing that happened to you in this class. So that's the description of it. And then if you want to actually submit your video, what you'll do is you will click this submission link, and that's again where you can cut and paste. You'll notice that this video for speech 2 is not due until the 28th of June. So it's like an extra time to do it, but this is just to give people a chance to get going on it. And then this is the link if you're going to submit it on Flipgrid. And if you do submit on Flipgrid, make sure you put a note in this forum letting people know that. You can also submit the first speech on Flipgrid as well. But this, anyway, notice the due date here is June 28th, whereas here this is 21st. So different due dates for different things. So yeah, that's a little overview of the class in its basic format. So now we've worked our way through the middle, kind of down the center of this. Now we can talk about some of the stuff in the margins. So after you get good at doing it that way, the way I just did, you can kind of get into some other ways of viewing things. So for example, if you're on this homepage, you can click quizzes, and it'll tell you what quizzes there are so far. And once again, there's quiz 1, which is due on June 21st. So only one quiz right now because it's the very beginning of the semester. So it's just like a shortcut for quizzes. I don't really recommend people do this as their initial thing for getting into Canvas, because then you can get kind of lost as to where you're at. But that's a shortcut to quiz 1. And then in terms of discussions, um, this one, you can see where people can submit things for discussions. The first text-based discussion with those questions that I mentioned, here's where you would cut and paste your video link to YouTube or whatever it is for your first speech, which is those questions I mentioned. And this is a true story about yourself. Once again, you can cut and paste the YouTube link there when you're ready. The due dates are different though. So this is June 21st. This is June 28th, June 21st. You can always see your due dates here as well. It's just kind of another place to see due dates. All right. And then if you just want an overview of kind of like all the things, here you can see kind of everything. This gets a little confusing, but you can do it anyway. Quiz 1, first text-based discussion. Notice the due dates are always here, June 21st, June 21st. Extra credit, June for changing your avatar, June 21st. Speech 1, June 21st. Speech 2, June 28th. And the library skills workshops aren't due until July 21st. Okay. So those are your kind of your shortcuts. There's also a shortcut to Flipgrid here. There's a shortcut to see a list of the people in our class. So that's how we kind of do it. Then you go back to the home page. Okay, so that's basically on this side of things. Those are the shortcuts most students use. Sometimes they'll click this to see their grades in the class. Right now it's kind of the beginning of the semester, so there isn't much there, but nevertheless, there it is. Over here on this side, the right side, we have our to-do list. So those are things that are kind of upcoming. And that's pretty much it on that right side margin. So that gives you a sense of that. The other thing I should let you know about is that occasionally you'll want to email me for that rather than using the City College of San Francisco email system or your system, whatever it is, Google or Hotmail or whatever. You're going to use the CCSF Canvas way of doing email. So you're going to click here, inbox. And if you click inbox, you can send me a message, or you can actually send your I think you can send your classmates a message as well. But that's the way to email me, because I get a lot of emails in my regular email account and it gets kind of crazy because I'm a program coordinator. But here I can get emails just from my students, and I always give you all top priority because teaching my actual students is always my top priority above all other emails. And what's great about this email account is it can only receive emails from you. So I know when I go to it, I'm only going to get emails from my class. I'm not going to get any spam. I'm not going to get any junk mail. I'm not going to get any phishing attempts. I'm not going to get any random advertisements for things. And then I'm also not going to get emails from people about other stuff other than our class. So that way you're always top priority. So if you have any questions or concerns about the class, or just want to say hi, whatever, you just click that and then you can email me specifically. I'm in there as Omar Kutsi or Omar Sammy Kutsi. Of course, I go by Sammy. That's my nickname. It's my middle name. It's also my nickname that everybody calls me Sammy. You can call me Sammy as well. Yeah, so that's a basic overview of our class. And let me know if any questions come up or anything. I'm always like happy to help people and try to, get everything organized. You can email me with questions. And this is just a video overview of how to use Canvas for our class specifically. The syllabus is here if you want to click that and kind of read over what it says in the syllabus and familiarize yourself with that material. And again, some of the chapters from the textbook are available as PDFs in here as well for you all. But yeah, that's a basic overview of things. But if you have questions, feel free to email me anytime. I'm always happy to try and help you out. And I hope you enjoy the class. Thank you for taking the class. And, with this one little last thing I want to mention, the syllabus, it can be pretty draconian in its verbiage sometimes. So keep in mind that most of what that's talking about is worst case scenarios. Worst case scenarios are not likely, and it won't apply to you for the most part. However, it's nice to know, like, if a bad thing happens, what's the policy? So as you're reading it, keep in mind, those are worst case scenarios. It doesn't necessarily apply to the entire class. but mostly this is a fun class. People enjoy it, people like it, and I think you'll enjoy it as well. Again, email me if you have questions, but I'm here to try to help you out with things. And thank you so much for taking your time to, just kind of familiarize yourself with this particular class and how it works in Canvas. Thank you very much.